You have tools on this platform to debug if something is not working the way it is supposed to. You can use the debug logs. A debug log can record database operations, system processes, and errors that occur when executing a transaction or running unit tests. You have to specify the user whose actions have to be monitored. Right now, let me set myself up to be monitored. The log can pretty much record every event that occurs when executing a transaction and can get very exhaustive. You can set up filters to determine what information you need to capture and the level of detail. You can capture information about database events, workflows and approvals, validation rules, Apex and Visualforce, and system issues. These categories are helpful when you write Apex code or Visualforce pages. You can even set the level of detail you're interested in. I just want to show you how the log looks like. For example, if I need to debug my validation rules, I can set up the log to capture the events related to validation rules and save it. I just want to remind you that I have a couple of validation rules that are active. To keep it simple, I have deactivated all validation rules except maximum pay rule. This rule prevents the record from being saved if the minimum pay is greater than the maximum pay. I'll try to create a new position record. Community Manager. I put in a minimum pay of 80,000 and maximum pay of 60,000 and try to save it. The validation rule seems to be working and I see the error message as well. But just in case, if it was not working the way it is supposed to, then you can look up the log. Let me open the log file. You can actually see the execution line by line. Validation rule is triggered when a new record is created. There is a timestamp for every event. It is checking to see if the minimum pay is greater than maximum pay. Since minimum pay is greater than maximum pay, the validation failed and we have the error message. This log really comes in handy, helping you understand the order of execution and where exactly is the validation failing. This makes debugging easy. So, to set up the debug log, you need to select the user who needs to be monitored and select the events you're interested in and the level of detail you're interested in. Then, you execute the transaction and come back to see the log, which will have the record of database operations, system processes, and errors that occurred when executing a transaction. Debug logs are really useful for advanced developers who write code in Apex and Visualforce. In the next lecture, I'll talk about auditing tools that are available on this platform.